guess you guys just want to hear my side of the story, and then you'll go ask him his side?
Honestly, I think you're probably just going to hear the same story twice. Me and Caleb we're pretty much on the same page about all this.
I mean, yeah, there's two sides to every story. One person thinks he's the hero and the other guy's the villain. So, I think Matt is in the wrong here, and Matt probably thinks I'm in the wrong. Normal.
I think all of this stuff really started. Caleb came up with this weird idea about making his own video platform to go against YouTube. Because the adpocalypse was going on. People were losing money, but...
It was called BlueTube. I thought it was a pretty brilliant idea. It's basically the new YouTube. You have the YouTube font, but it says BlueTube. And the little red square with the play button? It's a blue one.
It was plagiarism. It was just straight up plagiarism.
We were getting everything started. I had Matt's full support. So I decided, like a good friend and business partner, I'd give him 70% of the company. Then he just goes around pretending that it's his idea, tries to completely cut me out of it. And maybe you could say I lost control. I think I was being pretty reasonable. Matt! Matt! Where did that 70% go? We had it tied up in Teletubbies. Next thing I know, it's liquidated.
What are you talking about?
Were any of your stocks liquidated? Were any of mine? I don't fucking know.
Stupid, no, you can't.
What happened to BlueTube?
The dude went nanners. I mean, he's throwing shit. I don't know what's going on. I'm talking fully ripe, no green, little bit of brown, full-blown nanners.
It was hard. Matt, maybe it was my fault. I pushed back hard. I know Matt's history, and so in a way I'm responsible. But I didn't even imagine that me snapping would cause him to go back.
Yeah, I mean, I fell off the horse. It was so stressful. There was just so much going on. I couldn't handle it. And I slipped back into it. Maybe harder than I ever had. I mean, there it was. I was in some crack house and who knows where, doing God knows what, just to get the next bump. And in the process, I abandoned Eric. How could I do that? Who would do that? What kind of brother would do that? What kind of person would do that? I was lost.
I don't know what's wrong with him. I think he's a little tardy. I mean, he locked himself in his room for 3 days, trying to shove Cheerios down his arm. Him and Caleb, fucking retarded.
I try to take responsibility for all my actions and any part I played in that, but at the end of the day, there comes a time when you have to walk away. And when I saw Matt going back to the things he used to do, things that I thought we overcame together, I couldn't risk going back to where I was. Not to that place. Ultimately, I had to move on. I'm an adult. I'm not a kid anymore. These were the dreams of our youth. And we kept trying to recapture that passion we felt as kids who wanted to be YouTube stars. But what kind of dream is that for an adult? What kind of adult man would pander to millions of tweens online trying to make himself feel like he is something? You know, who would do that? And at the end of the day, I had to grow up. It was time for me to act like a man in a man's world.
In the end, you know, I made it through. I went to rehab, and when I got out of there, I just realized it was time to stop chasing the dragon. You know, it's time to move on.
So, I mean, I know you guys wanted to hear this. You guys were asking for it, and I think that wraps everything up nicely. You know, it may not be the happiest story, but that's where it ends. There's not really anything else left to say. You know, the Beatles broke up. John Lennon got shot. You know, Evan's gone, and we should have known that we weren't getting that magic back after that. So, you know, I guess that's the end.
So, are we, Zach, we're good?
Yeah.
Alright.